Hi, it's Rana, and today I am playing along with Mix It Up Monday, and we are doing a sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. That's the sketch there, and it is by Cindy Brown. This is day 10. There's a little sneak of my finished layout. And I am just going, and I'm also playing along with 52 favorite photos. And these are some photos of my grandson at Fritz's Adventure in Branson. And they're kind of my favorites because I am so scared of heights. And he was just climbing this wall. Actually, both of the grandsons that were there were climbing this like nobody's business, just all the way up to the top. And it was so high. And anyway, I thought that was a really cool thing and thought I would include that in my 52 favorites. I don't know if you can hear that beeping. That's my phone. Sorry about that. So I'm taking my stencil here. It's a brick stencil. This one is from Frantic Stamper Ink. And honestly, I have no idea if that is something that you can still get. By the looks of it, I bought it from a little shop. Or I could have bought it at one of those creating keepsakes convention that they used to do. Anyway, it's pretty old, but I love it. It's been a favorite of mine for a long time, so I really like it. And I used some hickory smoke distress oxide and just put a little bit of that gray brick on there. Grayson was dressed in gray, and I thought that made a nice little background for my mixed media. And because that's what Mix It Up Monday, we always use a sketch and we always add a little mixed media. I'm also going to add splatters in crushed olive. I think I may have added the crushed olive, but I'm going to come in with some prize ribbon distress oxide as well. You can see me now. I am going through some of my 49&Market tickets, and Tara O'Rourke, who has the Paper Snob, who is also, this is her hop with Mix It Up Monday. She has been using these tickets, and I have tons of these tickets, and I was totally inspired by what she's done. One was for a sketch also for Christy's Beautiful Life sketches. I think maybe it was one I didn't do, maybe day 2 or day 4. But anyway, it was gorgeous, and I was totally inspired, and I told her so, and she said, yeah, get them out. Let's see what you can do. So this is definitely nothing too impressive, but I've been a little blah, and I haven't been scrapbooking quite as much this week, and I don't know, I actually intended to put these on here and then stitch with some messy white stitches across. Totally forgot by the time I got to it. I think nap time has been much shorter for my granddaughter that I keep during the day, and I'm kind of scattered. I come back and forth to my layout, a little bit of time here, 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and then we'll come back later and maybe have an hour depending on, laundry, dishes, whatever. So I've just kind of been, a little more scattered and not as much time, and just it's been cold and rainy and dreary, and I haven't felt like it. It's been one of those things, I'm sure you do. Everybody goes through those. But anyway, so I completely forgot about the stitching, but I'm going to come in with some rub-ons after I realize it and add some more rub-ons there. I'm using those Elizabeth Craft dies, and this is just one sheet of paper. I think I showed you at the beginning. I cut some dies out of it. I'm going to use it for a mat. I decided to go ahead and mat with a really, really thin layer of white. So I'm using this scrap of white to add my matting. I usually don't show me matting photos on here, and I think I cut away in a minute, but or maybe I just go off screen and do it. I don't know. Sorry about that. I left a lot in today. I didn't edit a lot of it out. Sometimes I do some of the more monotonous things off screen, but you're mostly seeing everything today. It is sped up a little over 3 times, and that's kind of the layout there based on the sketch. And I'm going to add my embellishment clusters, which are mostly stars. So here's the prize ribbon, and I decided to make it stand out more, it needed a little bit of inking. So I'm inking the edges of this block, and then I'm going to go around the stars as well. Now these are not white. I don't know if you can tell on screen or not, but this is the same piece of 49&Market paper, and it does have some kind of mixed media background to it, but it just was blending a little more than I wanted it to on the white, so I went ahead and added some of that, and then I'll go ahead and add in some of these splatters as well. And I added in this blue. I decided I wanted my title a totally different color that I didn't have in the tickets, and so I'm going to add, it's going to make sense with the title, the stars, and these rub-ons that I end up using. I wanted them to show up over the tickets, so I didn't use the tickets in this color, and I think I might have those too. I think this was maybe Inkwell. So I'm going to go ahead and add that little one there. It says, check this out. And then I'm going to have another one up there at the top that says right here, right now. And then I'm going to add these kind of mixed media looking rub-ons, and that is going to add to my stenciling there. I really like how this one has those drips and things, plus it has some stitching. So I overlap the tickets just a little bit with the stitching, and then I'm going to do the same at the top, and there's some stitching on that one. You can see it there. I use a little bit on one side and a little bit on the other side, and then the stitching just is overlapping the tickets. I like using the tickets with this layout. For one, when I'm doing boy layouts, it's, you know, you can't just, I don't know, it doesn't go for me. It doesn't help tell the story to just add a bunch of flowers or floral papers or anything like that when they're climbing the walls and doing all these things. But the tickets made sense, and the stars definitely made sense, and then the little words that I'm going to add here in a moment, those all made sense to me. He had the funniest story too with this, which, you know, I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but that's kind of why it was my favorite. I feel like I have been picking photos that have a story more even than, oh, I just love these photos. And that's just kind of how this has inspired me, this 52 favorite thing. This was from last May, I believe. I've got the date written down. I just haven't done the little bit of journaling. I usually try and have my daughter, or if they're with me, then, you know, I will sometimes do it, but I wasn't at this when they did this, so it'll probably be her kind of journaling a little bit, and then we'll add the date then. But I'm going to add my title. I ended up using, I had some that I wanted to use, but then I felt like these matched maybe a little bit better, so I'm going to add those in, and I thought they, you know, they stood out pretty well over the tickets, so I went ahead and used that, especially since I used 2 different colors, and it does look a little red, white, and blue now that I look back at it, but once it's over those, you know, bright colored tickets, I don't think it doesn't, it's just more color. I mean, I don't feel like it looks red, white, and blue, you know, too much with the title there. I have added my photo block is on fun foam there. You can see just the Walmart sticky on one side fun foam. Make sure I get it straight. Then off screen, I did add the 1mm tape I get, double-sided tape that I get from Scrapbook.com. I added that to all the stars except for the bottom layer. So each of these clusters have a bottom layer that's straight to the page, and then the others are just the 1mm foam tape over it. I couldn't really decide how I wanted that because it was the way I had it initially. It was going to cover up the whole rub-on that I just put on there, and I didn't really want to do that. And I'm going to put this one down there, but then it's going to move. And this one, okay, so at the bottom, the rub-on ending the way it doesn't bother me at all, but you can see I keep trying to add something over the end of that one, and it's more straight. The other one kind of has that mixed media look, and it's kind of splotchy, and it doesn't look like it just ends, but that top one kind of does, and it's kind of bothering me, so I am going to cover it up. So I have these stickers. I have no idea where they're from. I had cut the top of it off. They're thickers, and they went with a collection, but I have no idea what it was. But they have all kinds of fun little sayings and things. It's almost like it's a circus or something like that, kind of sayings. But I thought they were cute, and so I find some of those that I want to use. The blue matched perfectly. That adventure is from Jelly Bean Soup, and they're canvas. They're super old. I don't think I know how old they are. Let me see if I can find a date. I have them here. Oh no, they are Little Yellow Bicycle, and they are from 2015. Yep, Little Yellow Bicycle. Okay. So I'm just kind of arranging my stars. Oh, and then I cut off some of the stitching because I realized, oh, I was going to stitch on these, and I thought about going in there, taking some of this stuff off, but you know, once you get some of that foam tape down, you just cannot get it up without ripping something. I wanted this awesome on here because they loved this, and I thought it was appropriate, but I didn't like how it fit. So I'm going to do this Fun Times, and that's going to go at the bottom, and there is not, this one, that part of it is not in the sketch. I couldn't make it work in the clusters, so I'm kind of making one more cluster, or just a little words over there. I don't love it there, but that's going to be where I do the journaling, or I have my daughter do the journaling anyway, and it's kind of going to just go along with that, and it's fine. I thought it needed something, and I wanted to have 3 little places for words. Well, and I didn't want it to be right over top of the title, and I did kind of cut off there. Again, the baby was awake, and I got off, and then I came back and I added that high five up there at the top. I wanted one more area that had kind of the reddish, and that one is actually more kind of reddish orange. It's not as orange as the orange tickets, and it's not as red as the red tickets. I thought it worked, so I went with it, and then I moved that blue star up above, and I like how that looks. It kind of just made that area a little bit bigger. So I'm trying to make it so like this cluster, and maybe I needed to add one more star. Maybe I'll cut another one and add it over there too. So the yay and the fun times kind of just all go together. And I'm going to add one more ticket. I'm going to do that off screen also, to kind of point to where he is, but it also is kind of pointing to the fun times. And I think it flows fine. Even though it's not exactly how the sketch is. So I added a couple of these little X's. I thought they would work, and I did them right there like on the seam between 2 lines of tickets, and I did 2 of those over on this side. I really like how that looked. I could just keep adding rub-ons all day. There you can see the extra little ticket that had the arrows, and you can see him way up at the top. And I think they got to the top and then maybe rang a bell or something up there. It was pretty fun. to watch. I saw lots of Snapchats of it. You can see my little stitches and all the things. So there are definitely playlists down below, so you'll want to check those out. Christy's Beautiful Life, Mix It Up Monday, and the 52 favorites. So lots of viewing pleasure for you today. Enjoy. Have a great day. Bye-bye.